glorious, glorious Monday. Black Monday has come sooner than we thought. Black Monday has come sooner than we thought. Frank Reich is out of here. Let's go! Frank Reich is out of here. He's finally gone. We have fired Frank Reich after 4+ seasons with the team. We hired him in 2018. That's when we still had Andrew Luck. We've been going through quarterback since 2018, and it has been a complete mess. This team has been a complete mess, a complete disaster. I am so happy to say that Frank Reich will no longer be the Colts head coach going forward. This season we are 3-5-1. 3-5-1. I've been saying it all year long how the Colts have been struggling. They've been playing bad, and the day has finally come. Jim Irsay said, "You know what? It's time to get my role back. It's time for me to get off my ass and do something. Do something big. Do something great. Do something that's going to make the fans happy and make the right decision, and that is getting rid of Frank Reich. Chris Ballard, you're next. Oh, that seat is very hot. You are next, Chris Ballard. He better be gone after the season. If you want to fire him during the season, I'm okay with that too. But I believe after the season, him and Chris Ballard, Jim Irsay and Chris Ballard, they're going to part ways. He's not going to be here either. I'm so happy about this. Let's go, baby. New fresh start. Joe, I'm so happy. Jeff, what's going on, bro? Hey, look, I appreciate the few guys that are in here. Hopefully more people come in. Look, Colts Nation, we are headed forward, and it's looking positive. Things are looking positive, all right? I said the first step was getting rid of Frank Reich. We got rid of Marcus Brady, our offensive coordinator, but let's be real. That was a scapegoat, all right? That was a scapegoat firing. Frank Reich has been a big problem, not the entire problem, but a big problem with this team, and now part of that problem is gone. Chris Ballard, you're next. Look, it's time to get this team right. We need a left tackle. We need a quarterback. We can use some more weapons on offense. This defense needs to get better as well. This team needs not just one or two improvements. It needs a ton of improvements. This team is not good at all. This team is not good at all. Now, there is a few bright spots. There's a few bright spots, but this team is not good overall. Yesterday was a complete disaster. I talked about it for a little bit in my review of last night's game on Sunday night between the Chiefs and the Titans. But now I can talk about it even more today. Our offense was pitiful yesterday. We put up 3 points. I'm not going to put it on Sam Ehlinger. Like I said, second-year quarterback out of Texas. He's coming in, thrown into the fire with Matt Ryan having a bad season as well, turning over the ball left and right. He got hurt his shoulder, whatever. He's been benched for the rest of the year. Sam Ehlinger got the juice going forward. Once that happened, I knew we were in full take mode. Now, with Frank Reich being fired, we are definitely 100% in take mode. We need to try to secure a top 5 pick, go get our guy, whoever it is at quarterback that you want to get that's going to come in and be great for the next 10 plus years. We need a franchise quarterback, all right? And then go get you a left tackle. We need to solidify that position because that position has not been fulfilled since Costanzo retired. When Costanzo retired, I was devastated. He was our best left tackle, and now we've been rotating guys left and right on the offensive line. This has been a complete mess. This team has been trash. Colts fans, I know y'all don't want to hear that, but let's just be real. It has not been good, man. This team has been a disaster to watch all year long. How you feeling? I'm feeling good. This news just made me feel better. This news just made my day, man. It just made my freaking day. I am so ecstatic. I am so happy, man. I talked about this last night and I knew this would happen, bro. I'm so happy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I had some predictions that it might happen during the season, but I felt like they might let it ride out to the end and let Frank Reich play this entire season out. But I was calling for this to happen weeks ago. and it's finally happened. I'm so glad it's happened. Frank Reich, look, I don't never want to see nobody lose their job, and they can't look. He's gonna be able to feed his family. All right, he got a ton of money. I never want to see anything happen like that. But you was not the right coach for this team. You were not. Before we hired Frank Reich, Mike Vrabel was available, and we chose Frank Reich over Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is making shit happen with this Titans team. Yeah, they lost last night, but they lost a close game against a very solid, good Chiefs team, and he's making shit happen with what he got over there. That Titans team, they got some talent, but he's making shit work with what he got, and Frank Reich can't do the same. This team is talented as well. Why the hell Frank Reich can't do what Mike Vrabel is doing? That's a problem. Mike Vrabel, he interacts with his players. He be fired up on the sideline doing handshakes with his players. He has a relationship with his guys. I don't think Frank Reich has a relationship with any of these guys. He's just there. His clock management is horrible. His play calling is not good. He's overrated as a play caller. Let's just be real here, bro. The day has finally come, and Jim Irsay said enough is enough. It's time to take my team back and get this shit rolling going forward. I am sick and tired of this team having to rebuild and have to go through quarterback. Colts fans have been going through this shit for years, bro. It's unfortunate what happened with Peyton Manning in 2011. We let him go. He had all those neck surgeries. He goes to Denver, wins a championship. I was happy to see that because he deserved it. He went out on top. We draft Andrew Luck. Ryan Grigson, we hired him as a general manager. He shits the bed. He doesn't build around Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck's career cut short. He retires. We go through Jacoby Brissett, through Phillip Rivers, through Carson Wentz, through Matt Ryan, Sam Ehlinger. We have been through quarterback. We have dealt through so much shit, and we are tired. It's time that we get some positivity and we get something good going forward, man. It's time. Ballard needs to go as well. 100%. He got to go. I think that's going to happen after the season. I think Ballard is gone after the season, and 100% it needs to freaking happen. He has to go because he don't know what he's doing as well. He came into the season and said that this team is built enough to win. He said that Matt Ryan had enough playmakers on offense, that we had enough help. That is a complete joke. Matt Ryan didn't have a damn thing. It was at times Matt Ryan was keeping us in games. Matt Ryan is about to be 38 years old, if I'm not mistaken. He should not be having to keep us in the game. We brought Matt Ryan in to manage the game. We didn't bring him in to be getting fourth quarter comebacks and shit. We brought him in to manage the game. This team should have been built the right way for Matt Ryan to have success. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Y'all don't have no good offensive players. They got Henry. That's the difference. That's bullshit. Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in football. Yeah, he's been struggling this year. He hasn't been healthy. Michael Pittman Jr., he's not a scrub. He's a solid wide receiver. We got a few guys on all. Well, look, those are our two best offensive players, honestly. So I don't agree with that. Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in football, top 10. Michael Pittman Jr., he's young. He's only going to get better. Alec Pierce, I like him too. Jelani Woods, the tight end that we drafted. We got a few guys that we can keep going forward, but we need to add. It wouldn't hurt to add a goddamn veteran as well. Like, come on, man. Yeah, Alec Pierce, I just mentioned him. Like, we got a few guys on this team that we can keep going forward and build around that. But it wouldn't hurt, like I said, to add a few veteran pieces or to just add, period. This team is not built the right way to win. If any Colts fan came into this season thinking we was about to win a championship, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. I don't think Pittman Jr. is a number one wide receiver. Y'all need a number one wide receiver, a left guard, and a quarterback. I think the defense is fine. Pittman Jr., he can be a number one. It's just all about getting that right quarterback. He can be a number one. Pittman Jr. has not been bad this year. The quarterback play has been bad. The offensive line has been bad. The defense has, at times this year, kept us in games, but yesterday they were awful. Against the Jaguars, when we got shut out 24-0, they were trash. The defense has been up and down. All right, it's been up and down. Their best performance that they played, in my opinion, was against the Denver Broncos on Thursday Night Football when we held them to 9 points. That was the best defensive performance that we had this year as a defense, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. But that ain't saying much because the Denver Broncos, as an offense, have been struggling. Russell Wilson has been playing mid this season. So that ain't really saying much. No, I don't think he's better than Pittman Jr., but that don't, I mean, CD, but that don't mean he's not a number one. If that's the case, CD Lamb is not a number one. He don't look like a number one. But we ain't going to get into that. I want to talk about the future going forward for this team. Now, it's a plenty of quarterbacks out there. Will Levis, Kentucky, C.J. Stroud, Ohio State, Bryce Young, Alabama, the guy from Tennessee. There's some guys out there. Now, I don't know what position we're going to be drafting in because it's still, I wouldn't say early in the season, but we are at like the second half. We're going into the second half of the season. We're 3-5-1. So we're going into the second half of the season. I don't know where we're going to be picking, but all I know is we need to go get our guy. Whoever that may be, take a quarterback first, go get you a left tackle. Got to get that position filled. Got to. We have been hurting at left tackle, man. This offensive line, it's just mind-boggling how we went from a top offensive line just last year. Jonathan Taylor, I'm going to repeat it every time. He had over 2,000 yards from scrimmage and 20 touchdowns. To this year, the offensive line, a complete disaster, a complete mess. It's been crazy to see what's happened to this offensive line. Like coming into this year, I thought the Colts could make the playoffs. I thought we could be a solid team. Could we win a championship? No, I didn't believe in that because obviously we're not a piece or two away from the Super Bowl. We are a lot of pieces away, but I thought we could win a lot of games. I thought we could maybe sneak into the playoffs potentially with Matt Ryan. But then, as the season was going, we're playing games. We look horrible. Out the gate, 24-0. Jaguars whoop our ass. Once that happened, I was like, oh yeah, this the season we going to have. It's about to be bad. It's going to be a bad season. It's going to take 2 to maybe 3 years for CD to be a number one wide receiver. I don't know how long it's going to take, but y'all drafted him for a reason. Y'all got rid of Amari Cooper. I still don't know why y'all did that. He's over there playing well in Cleveland. I would have kept Amari Cooper because, I don't know if CD Lamb is ready to be that number one guy, but he ain't got no choice now. He's the number one guy right now. You guys didn't bring in anybody at the trade deadline. You haven't signed anybody yet. So going forward, he is the number one. So we'll see. He's going to be matched up against Jair Alexander Sunday against the Packers. We'll see how that goes. But why didn't y'all keep T.Y. Hilton? I don't know. I feel like we disrespected T.Y. Hilton. He should have finished his career with the Colts. Like, he hasn't signed with any other team. He's played his entire career with the Colts, but he was almost 10,000 yards away. I mean, he almost had 10,000 career receiving yards with the Colts. I feel like we owed that to him. He was about 300 plus yards away. I feel like we owed that to T.Y. And we didn't give him that. And he's still out there on the market. Nobody has signed him. He's been going to football games with his son. going to watch his son play football. So maybe he's enjoying this season off. Maybe he'll come back and be ready next year to play for a team. I don't know, but I feel like we owe that to him. Like 10,000 yards, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. It's a lot of wide receivers that don't even reach 5,000 yards, let alone 10,000. And he was this close to 10,000 career receiving yards. I believe he will get it, whether that's with us or with another team. But I hope he does get another chance because, look, he's dealt with injuries throughout his career, late in his career. But he's had a solid career. Man. Go look at his numbers. He's had a solid career. Is he a Hall of Fame wide receiver? No. No, I don't believe that. But four-time Pro Bowler, over 600 or like over 500, 600 receptions, almost 10,000 yards. He's had a very good career. I believe about 50 plus touchdowns. Man, look, I would love to have T.Y. Hilton back next year. Get him to that 10,000, let him retire, go enjoy being with your family, and enjoy retirement. But I don't know what's going to happen with T.Y. I don't know. Is Emmanuel Sanders hurt? Emmanuel Sanders is retired. Emmanuel Sanders retired. He's on NFL Network now. He's a anchor now on NFL Network. He's a commentator now on NFL Network. So yeah, that's what he's doing now. He's retired. He's not going to be playing football. Maybe unless a team calls him. Maybe if a wide receiver gets hurt in the playoffs or something, I doubt he'll come out. But he's retired. But this news has been great. That was the first step. Frank Reich getting fired. Chris Ballard, you're next. And then after that, whoever we hire as GM, because Chris Ballard, he will not be here next season. I'm praying. If Chris Ballard is here next season, if he's the one that's going to be hiring our next head coach, I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to be a lot of rant videos coming up because I ain't feeling that. I feel like our next GM needs to come in and make the head coach hiring, not Chris Ballard. He's not the one. He should not be making that decision. Fire his ass too. He got to go. I don't know what the Rams doing, but they need to go ahead and sign OBJ. The Rams have a lot more issues than wide receiver. The offensive line is bad. They can't run the football. The defense has been struggling. They have a lot more issues than another weapon at wide receiver. They have a lot more issues. But I'm going to head out. Once again, Coach Nation, we are moving forward. And only good things can happen from here on out. Hopefully. Frank Reich has been fired. Chris Ballard, you're next. Hopefully. Go get you a quarterback. A left tackle. Let's make this shit happen, man. The tank continues. Keep tanking, keep losing, keep losing, keep losing. I want the best available draft pick possible. Let's do this, man. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Turn those post notifications on so you don't miss this video. I will be right back here tonight for the Ravens-Saints Monday Night Football game. Be here. Be here. I greatly appreciate you guys. Once again, Frank Reich is out of here. God is good, man. I prayed for this. I prayed for this. Frank Reich, see you later, bozo.